Hi friends, this is a video on economics for class 9. Okay, class 9 economics as required to be studied in ICSE. Now, this is going to sound new to people who have not studied economics, right? Till this stage you may have come across lot of things which are actually economics, but you did not had this as a subject. So in this module what I'm going to talk to you about is introduction as per your syllabus. But it's not that only ICSE schools, ICSE students will find it useful. This module or this video is for anybody who is just getting introduced to the subject. So introduction to economics, why I wrote this is because in ICSE this is also your syllabus. Okay, so introduction to economics, this is number 1. Mind it that this is the syllabus in general. So for the students who are appearing in 2021, there is certain reduction in in all the boards. Perhaps there is some kind of reduction. So I am not discussing what is the reduced syllabus. I am just discussing the topic. So in economics, if you are new to this subject, I will just introduce what you should be knowing or what you should try to know and what is going to be your syllabus. So don't be afraid, it is a very interesting subject. Okay, so first and foremost what you have to understand or learn is what is economics. Okay, what is this term, what is economics? Okay, now there are several definitions. Economics is such a beautiful subject, it is such a wonderful subject that it has been tried differently, by different people to define this subject. I'm not going to define, I'm not going to discuss things in detail, but I'm just putting things together for you, what you will need to study. First thing is you have to understand what is economics. Basically, if I tell you in brief, it's all about how you use your resources, whatever you have properly, for production in a given economy. And there are several definitions, so I'm not going into details. But what do you study when you study economics? First thing is what you have to study is definition of economics. Definition, like you do in other subjects. Definition of economics. Yeah. So now as you proceed with this subject, you will come across different definitions, right? This is class 9, so you will have to study different definitions of economics. And if you see in your syllabus, several economists have been named, like Adam Smith perhaps. Okay, then you have Robbins. Okay, I'm just putting the names. Robbins. Then you have Keynes, John Maynard Keynes. Now you have to get used to these names, right? Keynes. Then you also have Samuelson. Okay, Samuelson. So you will study definition, and the syllabus says that these are going to be self-explanatory. That means these are the definitions which are understood, which can be understood. Okay, there is not something very difficult here. The definitions will be good enough for you to understand what the subject is. Next thing you have to study in your syllabus, and I'm just mentioning those things, is economics as defined, like micro and macro. Now see, these terms in subject in economics, one thing which is very good is that if you read the words or the defining words properly, you will understand the subject. It's an easy subject. At the same time, if you are not attentive, it may sound difficult for some students. So as the words suggest, micro and macroeconomics. Okay, this is one more thing which you have to study, economics. Okay, see, if you go by the word, micro means, in general sense, micro means very limited or very small, macro means big. And so I'll just give you a brief idea of what these are. Micro means when you study economics at a very small level, at an individual level, at a person's level. And macro means when you study economics, when you aggregate individuals and come up with some kind of study of economics, that is called macroeconomics. Okay, that is the second thing which is important here, right? Then in this micro and macroeconomics, you need to understand meaning, difference, and examples only. Three things are there, which is like, what do these things mean? What does micro mean? What does macro mean? You have to come up with examples. Okay, and what else? Examples and difference between the two. Okay, difference between the two kinds of economics, right? Next we move on to a few more things. Let me just put this away for you. Okay, in economics there are activities. Okay, and there are also activities which cannot be considered economic in nature. What is the third part? Okay, this was 2 which we discussed above. This part was part 2. Okay, and the part 3 that we have here is types of activities. Yeah, types of activities. Under this we are going to study, economic and non-economic. Again, see, economic, what are economic activities, and non-economic. Then again, when you are studying these, what you have to do is you have to study meaning and examples. You also have to study the differences between the two. Okay, like this and this, how do these two things differ? Okay, because if you have definitions, if you have activities defined as economic and non-economic, then certainly there are going to be certain differences here which you have to know. Next thing which you have in class 9 which you have to study is sectors in an economy. Now sectors, see, again as I said कि if you pay attention, थोड़ा सा अगर आप attention दीजिएगा इस subject को, then it is very easy to understand class 9 and this introductory economics syllabus. Sectors in an economy. Sectors in an economy, what do these represent? These represent the different kinds of economic activities like production and other things. What are the sectors in an economy? Okay, so these sectors you have to study in terms of production. When some commodity or service is offered, what sector is that? Okay, in that sense, this is sector. I've just drawn this or brought in that example of sectors just to make you familiar, just to tell you, like like a township is divided into certain sectors, and it helps us in recalling or remembering the different parts of a township. Here in economics, we divide the production activity into sectors. Okay, not exactly the township sector. This is just a name which I have drawn to make you remember, so that you can recall that sectors is something you have to study in economics. In economics, now see, sectors are divided into primarily into 3 categories which you have to study. Now see, it's very easy. In all these 3, what you have to study? Primary, secondary, tertiary, you have to study the meaning of these. What do these mean? Examples and differences. Okay, so in all the above, three things. Like see here, you have to study the meaning, examples, and differences here also. Okay, this also holds good for these things. Okay, next we move on to the fifth part or the second last part, which is there in your syllabus. Now it has got a lot of smaller things, so you have to just keep in mind all that which are mentioned under this syllabus. It talks about basic economic terms. Okay, economic terms. What are economic terms? Very important here, right? Economic terms, basic economic terms. What are economic terms? Like in any subject, you have certain names which you have to remember before you start studying that particular say subject. Like in science, you have some terms which you have to know. In geography, you have certain terms before, like in class in class 10 when you study topography, you know, so there are certain terms which you have to know. Similarly, in economics, you have certain terms to know, and these are very vital terms because you are just starting with economics. You have to ensure that whatever you are going to learn here in economic terms stay with you, and do not skip this part, because if you think that I will somehow manage in class 10, no, these things are going to come back to you again and again as long as you study economics in future. So let me put the terms what your syllabus wants you to study. The first thing is wants, WANTS, wants. Okay, then you have goods. What are goods? Goods, like, you know, goods in the sense like the products that we use. So what are goods in economics? And wants, how, you know, what is a want in economics? What do you call a want? Okay, then you'll also come across something called desire. Then wants and desires, how are these terms defined in economics? And second thing is, why are we using these terms? It's very important to understand this. So after wants and goods, you have services, SERVICES. Now I'll tell you, because you're just starting, but I'll just tell you for an example, you know, what is a good and what is a service. Something which you buy, which is a physical good, perhaps, you know, putting it very simply, can be considered as a good. And something which you are paying for but perhaps is not visible, it's not in your hands, like say a mobile phone connection. Okay, this can be a service. You are studying, you know, with a teacher, it's a service. It's not visible yet, it's some kind of economic something of economic worth. So anything which is not physically in hands is perhaps a service which you are using. Next, a wonderful term which is important is wealth. What is wealth? WALTH. Now see, you have come across these terms, you know, since you were in say middle school or maybe earlier, wealth in different ways, but here now you're going to study economics, so this term will have a certain meaning in the subject. Next, you have to understand a beautiful term which you have to understand properly. Many students here get confused, is utility. UTILITY. What is utility? Very important term. And what does utility do? How is it important in economics? Okay, so utility is one more term which you have to know about. And then here come two important terms in economics. What are those terms? Production. Okay, PRODUCTION, production. And the other term is consumption. CONSUMPTION. Okay, what is production? Anything which is produced. But then again, in economics, when you studied this, there's going to be a proper definition. Consumption is whatever you consume, as the word suggests, you know, after it is produced. So then there will be producers in an economy, there will be consumers in an economy. Sustainable consumption. Now this is a term which is important these days. Sustainable consumption, that means, yes, sustainable consumption. NSUMPTION, sustainable consumption. This also we are going to study. Wow. And here is something which is going to be, as I said, you'll say, sir, you're saying everything is important. Of course, these are important terms, so you have to know factors of production. Yeah, see, when you're talking about production in economics, you also have to know what are the things which are needed to produce. Okay, to produce some good or service. So factors of production, this you have to know. I'll just give you a hint on the sideline. You know, have you heard of the term called land, labor, capital? If not, you're going to be hearing all these terms: capital and entrepreneurship. Okay, now this is going to stay with you even in class 10, but here I'm just discussing in brief what all you're going to study. Factors of production, this is one more thing which you have to study. Then market, price, value. See, all these are important. MARKET. What is a market? Not the market as we may assume it to be a, or some kind of mall. Market has definitely a very important meaning in economics, a place where buyers, sellers, they've got to exchange certain kind of product or certain kind of value. So market. Then you have price. What is price? PRICE, price. And the next term is value. What is value? Yes, this is important. Value. Then see, all these terms are very important. Income. What is called income in economics? What is income? Then saving. SAVING, saving. Okay. Then you have, see, wealth we have already put. Welfare and economy. Introduction to economics, which I want to mention here is, that is the 6th point, which is also there in ICSE syllabus. This I am discussing out of ICSE syllabus. What is the last term you have to study is, it says you have to study entities. What is entity? Entities means certain, say, how do I put it for you, is what are the important things that form an economy, or important segments, if I say. So first thing is you have to study is, under this is government sector. What is government sector? Okay, like, see, we had the word sectors. Okay, so here is government sectors. Okay, say, let's put it government sector rather. Then you have, I'll just put it government sector, it looks odd, government sector. Then we have firms. What are firms? FIRMS. Firms means companies. Government sector is, anything which is happening in the public sector is also a word which is used in the, anything which is happening with the, at the government's end. If any company which is owned by government will be called a company in government sector. And there are many institutions which government takes care of, and governments take care of in a country, state governments and central government. So government sector includes anything where government is involved. Say, I'm just putting it very precisely here. Then firms are companies. Households, HOUSE, house, and there's what you will attach to it is households. So households are basically people who are buying things, right? This will cover the consumers like us, people who are buying, not the producers. And then you also have one more word which you have to study in introduction is foreign sector. FOREIGN. Foreign sector. What is foreign sector? As the word suggests, foreign is anything which is not in your country, which is from outside the country. And all this, what you have to know under these is meanings of all these. Okay, meanings. Let me just revise for you what all is there in introduction to economics part of class 9 ICSE. So we will just have a look what all in a very fast way we'll see. First thing which I am saying, which I want you to know is, like, what is economics. Okay, you have to know this word economics. Yeah, here I have written. Then there are different definitions which you have to know. Okay, definitions as per according to these different economists, how they have defined, and if there are you just have to read through all these definitions, that how they have defined economics. An important part, as I said, which I am reminding you again, is that economics can be understood by the very words which define the activity, like say microeconomics, and macroeconomics. So what is microeconomics? Macroeconomics that you have to know their meaning, their example, and the differences between the two. Activities in an economy or in a country is, and what are the activities and which are the activities we can term economic. There are a lot of activities which take place, but is the given activity an economic activity or not, that we will see. Then comes the sectors in an economy, and what are the sectors? Primary sector, secondary sector, tertiary sector. That means all the production that takes place in an economy can be divided into certain sectors, which are again grouped as primary, secondary, or tertiary sectors. Okay, now here is a list of definitions which you cannot afford to miss out. As I said, economic terms, very important. So what are the terms? Wants, goods, services, wealth, utility, production, consumption. Very simple words, but you have to know. And here is sustainable consumption, which you have to know about. And next comes is factors of production. I must tell you that you should pay attention here also. Factors of production is going to be very important in class 10 for you. So if you just read through here, it's going to be very interesting for you in class 12. Next, see, all these terms are important. What is a market? What is price? What is value? Okay, what is income in economics? What do you call an income? What is saving in an in an economy, individual level, countries level, or at any level? And what is welfare of the people? Welfare economy, you can say, or welfare of the people also. Let's take this as welfare economy. I mean, that's also a term, and welfare in an economy can also be understood as a term. Next is entities, means like how are things happening in an economy? What are the groups? Entities you can also understand as groups in an economy. Government sector, as I said, any activity which is taking place with the with the government in it can be a government sector activity. These can be public companies, and these can be institutions. But mind again, all of it, whatever we are going to study here, is in the context of economics. So that way, government sector is very important here. Firms are companies which are in an economy. Households are we, the people who are buyers, and we are also people who form a sort of a part of production process. So all this is going to come to you, don't you worry, it's going to be very easy. Foreign sector is anything which is not in your country, is outside. Now here in this last part you have to understand the meanings of all of these. All right, so this is just the first part in class 9 economics, mostly taught this is it's the ICSE syllabus. But then again, if you are starting in economics, I think this is a good way to start the subject. If you are studying it for the first time, even at the +2 level, or maybe if you are just starting with graduation, I think you will not have to take very long. But this is an introductory module which is very well done for ICSE students otherwise. Thanks for watching. If you like it, please subscribe my channel, and also you may share the video if you think it right. Thank you so much.